This is Balady. She is a foster, or perhaps was previously a foster. I took her in a few months ago, and I've really wanted to share with you her story because it is amazing, and it may be sensitive to some viewers, but it does have a happy ending. Just a few short months ago, she was in Cairo, Egypt, living on the street, and look where she is now. It's just amazing. But like I said, I think her story should be told, and I'm going to try to do it justice. Balady. Yeah. Say hi to YouTube. You're on YouTube. Okay, Balady. I know, baby. Balady was born in Cairo. There was a man that worked near where she was born. In Cairo, there are a lot of stray and feral dogs, more often feral, as in they never had a home. And Balady was one of those dogs. And every day this man worked, he went to his office, and one day he passed a large flower pot, and there were many puppies in it. A mom just gave birth to a litter, and every day the man would walk by and there would be one less puppy in the pot, or he would see it dead. He passed by the last time and he saw one puppy left, and that was Balady. He felt terrible, but he wasn't from Cairo. He was just there doing a job, and the problem there is just so overwhelming. He didn't feel like he could do anything or he could help. I mean, there's feral dogs everywhere, and there's suffering everywhere, and he didn't know what to do. So he just left the puppy in the pot, and he went into his office and went about his day. A few days later, the man was in his office, and he heard a loud noise outside and a horrible, terrible scream. He ran out of his office, and he found Balady, the last puppy from the pot, laying on the street, bleeding out. The driver just walked away. No one was paying her any attention. This man took the puppy and brought her to an emergency vet, where they were able to save her life. Her jaw and her skull was fractured, and they were actually able to reconstruct it. And this man was so kind-hearted. He paid for it all himself, and he saved her life when there really was very little hope for her, and there was zero hope for her living on the street, as her brothers and sister and her mom perished just one day after another. After that, he didn't know what to do because he travels back and forth from America, back and forth to work. So he left Balady with a man that was friends with the vet to take care of her while he was gone. Word got back to him that the man who had taken Balady was abusing her. She is a feral dog, so she doesn't really, or didn't really, have house manners. She still kind of doesn't. She doesn't act like a normal dog. She acts like, if you have experience with feral dogs or cats, that's how she acts. She's a wild indigenous dog to Cairo in that sort of way, and I assume she was a handful because she is a handful, but that's no excuse, and this man was kicking her around. It was hurting her, and of course the man that rescued her off the street wasn't having that. He took Balady back from him, and he knew the only way to really save her life and get her out of Egypt was to get her to America. Oh, Balady, this is making me sad just thinking about everything you've gone through. But he was able to get Balady. He flew her into the United States, and she got here okay. And as far as he knew, she was healthy and made it through everything. I got into contact with him and I had found out everything that happened with her. He was not able to keep Balady for himself due to his job, which required a lot of travel. I went and met with him and I met Balady, and we just really instantly connected. He told me that she was very fearful of everyone and everything, which you can imagine. I mean, all the horrific. He told me that he would see kids throwing stones at these puppies and just the torment and the way they're treated there and just the constant abuse she went through. And even when this man who was so kind-hearted rescued her and took her to the emergency vet, she just ended up with a man who was kicking her around and hurting her even more. So we just bonded right away for whatever reason, and he wanted me to take her because of just the connection that we had. So I took her home with me, knowing that any time I was surprised or got a surprise from my family about getting Lauren, the wolf puppy, and I didn't know if I could raise two puppies at the same time. Balady is a puppy. At the time that I brought her home, she was about 5 months old. So, I don't know, she's about 8 months old now. But I just knew that I needed to bring her home and get her accustomed to living inside a house, because when I met her, she had literally just gotten to America from Cairo about 4 days ago. So she didn't know how to be in a house, be around people or anything, or just to be in Tucson, Arizona. It must have been so much for her. Look at that smile. That you can see there where her jaw is misaligned, where they repaired it. You do repair your jaw. What are you doing? But immediately after meeting Balady, it was very obvious that she was a special case, living those 4 tough months on the street and everything that she had been through, and being the quote-unquote breed she has, which in Egypt they call them Baladi dogs, which Baladi just sort of means native. So these are their native dogs, which are kind of, if you look online, there's a lot of dogs that look like this from Egypt, and a lot of them just never even get even a chance. And what this man did is just amazing. I mean, he literally saved her life. You are out today, Balady, but I'll just tell you a little more about her personality. She's very submissive. You can tell this even me standing above her. She's giving me submissive gestures. She's about 8 months old now. She gets along well with the other dogs. Even though she is submissive, she's extremely, extremely protective and territorial, especially of me. She looks like a sweetheart, but I want to use the word really vicious, but she is quite the guard dog. She does not like anyone coming in the house that isn't me. Just very, very loyal. I don't know if that's a breed trait. I don't know, but she is. I think she knows that she was saved, and I really think she'd protect me with her life. She's just a really, really wonderful dog. She's just happy all the time and just such a sweetheart. I never really thought about it. Part of me, I call her Balady. Baladi Dog, because that's what the man called her, because that's what they call these street dogs. They don't really give them names, they're just Baladi, their native dog. But I don't know if I'm gonna give her a real name, because it's kind of like, I don't know, I feel like it's a part of her life that should be left behind, and she's not just some random, it's kind of like calling a turtle, or I don't know, I haven't thought about that, but I was just really excited for you to meet her. But finally kind of had to be like, okay, you know, she really can't go anywhere else. She doesn't deserve to be moved around like that. She needs someone that understands working with feral dogs. My main reason for considering that I was just fostering at first was just the money, because I have 3 very big eaters already, which of course is Lauren, Chomby, and Sugar Tree. And now with Balady, she'll probably get a little bit bigger, but from what I've seen online, the Baladi dogs are a medium-sized breed, and it's weird because they do all look very, very similar. I even saw some pictures of some Baladi dogs at the pyramids that almost looked exactly like her. It's just weird in general to think that she came from Cairo. That was Lauren. Lauren is in his crate eating his dinner. Ooh, big stretch. But oh my goodness, Lauren and Balady love each other. They just play. Oh, I see you got a little scratch from some rough play, but yeah, they just get along so well. And I'm just gonna find a way to afford it, because I just don't think she can go anywhere at this point. Just so much has happened, and I think both of us feel a connection with each other. And the man that hit her, it could have been an accident, but the man suggested he had seen people purposely will hit these dogs. They're considered a vermin or a pest there, since they are wild/feral, and people just really don't like them there. And it makes me so angry. And the man that saved her, what a wonderful, wonderful human being to step in. And I'm actually kind of worried about him, because around the same time he told me he was going back to Cairo a couple days after I took Balady home with me, and he was gonna, once he got there, send me pictures he took of Balady and Balady's family being raised in the flower pot, and just other photos he had taken, and send me her veterinary records. And he didn't respond after a lot of correspondence with him. And that was the same time there was some violence happening in Cairo. So I really hope he sees this video, and I really hope you're okay. I've been trying to get in touch with him, but I hope you see this, because you did a wonderful thing, and I really believe that Balady's happy here, and she had one shot in a million, and she made it when her whole family didn't. But if you just think that all the little things that had to happen to get her here, for her to even make it out of there alive, for one by one, all her litter mates to die, and all the curled children that tormented her, and to lose her mother, and then, in a way, getting hit by that car that almost cost her her life, saved her life, basically caused a very, very beautiful human being to step in and to say, this is enough. This dog, even though I see so many dogs die every day, and I think he felt that he couldn't, what could he do? He couldn't save them all, but he decided to save this one, and I'm so grateful that he flew her into Tucson, Arizona, and I'm so glad that we connected. And we were joking that I was probably the only person in the area. She went from living with dromedary camels in Egypt back to a home in Arizona that also has dromedary camels, so we both thought that was kind of funny. But that is her story, and I'm still just, when I think about it, just blown away by all the little steps it took to get this dog safe, because she certainly was going to die there. I was going to stick a montage of all the different, I took so many video of her throughout the last few months, but I think I'm going to save that for a video I'll put together really soon, because I think this has gotten kind of long. Yeah. Do you want to play with Lauren, though, really quick? We can let Lauren in. He's probably done eating. Or are you too tired? We'll bring Lauren in. I can show you just how much they love each other, and then I'll do a general. I'll show you some of our different clips together, but I know you'll just love her. She's just such a sweetheart. But that's just a story I really wanted to tell about both the goodness and the badness in people. But this is one dog who's not going to see another bad day in her life, and that is the most important thing. But it takes a lot of bones to keep these two happy, trust me. Balady pretty much lacks any kind of common sense or manners that most dogs just know. In a way, it's almost like she's not domesticated. She was tamed through patience. But you really can't blame her for not trusting people after what she went through. You want to give me kisses? Hi. Come here. What are you doing? This isn't your video. This is not your video. You didn't have a rough life. But, oh my gosh. Lauren. What are you doing? Lauren is the biggest baby in the world. I think he's jealous. I'm not even kidding. He's jealous. It's like I'm talking about Balady. No, but Balady, you'll probably see it more in the videos I post, especially when she first got in from Egypt, but she just, I don't know, she doesn't act like an American dog, that's for sure. Very, very difficult. She also could potentially be mentally challenged from brain damage from the car accident. Her face was very, very mangled. That could contribute a lot to her very peculiar and untrainable, I do whatever I want view, but if you get a chance, look into Baladi dogs. I wasn't really familiar with them at all until I heard Balady's story, but there's a couple of different ways you can spell that. If you look in the user info, I'll show you the different ways, but their history is very, very interesting. They're kind of like the ancient dogs of Egypt, and they've been there for thousands of years, and during that time they through breeding one to one with each other, naturally are selected to have upright ears. A lot of times there'll be two different colors like this. They all have the same build, and it's very interesting. But this is basically every night for me. Just hang out with these guys. You're finding all the little crumbs. So trees like the cleanup crew. Balady, come here. Come here. Come here. Hi. Hi, say hi, YouTube. Hi, YouTube. I'm very lucky. I'm very lucky. I'm so happy for you, Balady. I really am. I'm so happy for you. I'm so happy for you. You made it. You made it. You did. Yeah, you did. Okay.
Where you going? Where you going? Okay, say bye. We'll put up your other videos. Yeah, we'll put up some of your other videos later. Say bye. Goodbye.